Making Valentine's Day treats doesn't have to be difficult. Today, we're making these stunning but easy mini heart cakes in 3 different designs, including a rose, mixed piping, and a seashell-inspired design. Hi everyone, this is Rima from Cake It To Me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and let's get started. I'm going to show you how I made the cakes and the frosting, but if you just want to see the decorations, you can skip right ahead. For the cake, I made a batch of my favorite vanilla batter and I put it into a sheet pan and filled it until it was about 1/2 inch thick. Any more and the cakes will be too tall, so just keep an eye out on the level of the cake batter that you're using in your pan. After adding it to my parchment lined sheet pan, I just spread it out to make sure that it was all an even layer. Then we're going to bake it at 350 for around 15 to 17 minutes until it's fully cooked, and I'm going to cover mine in saran wrap and chill it overnight. For the frosting, I'm making a really simple 2-ingredient frosting. It just requires unsalted butter and a can of condensed milk. You're going to start by taking out the butter. My butter was really cold and directly out of the fridge, so I added it to my bowl and microwaved it in 30-second intervals until it became soft to the touch. You don't want it melted and you definitely don't want it too soft. You just want it at a consistency where if you press down on it, it gives a little bit. Once the butter is nice and soft, we're going to whip it on high speed using a hand mixer or an automated mixer until the butter is light and fluffy and is turned white in color. Then we'll just open a can of sweetened condensed milk, add it to our butter, and whisk it on high until it comes together. Make sure you're scraping down the sides of the bowl between mixing the frosting. Once you have the frosting basically together, you can flavor it however you want. For this batch of buttercream, I'm going with a pinch of salt, a little bit of vanilla extract, as well as some almond extract. And then what I'll do is I'll separate it and color it in batches. Now it's time to cut the heart-shaped cakes. But before we do that, I'm going to cover the entire cake in a layer of simple syrup because these will be naked cakes and they tend to dry out. Then, using a large heart-shaped cookie cutter, I'm just going to try to cut as many pieces of cake that I can out of this 13 by 9 inch sheet. Using my cookie cutter, I was able to get about 6 pieces in total. These shapes should be pretty easy to cut out, but if you find that your cake is very soft, you can put it back in the fridge for a couple of hours and then try cutting the shapes out again and it'll be a lot easier. Now it's time for the decorations. First up is a mini heart rose. To make the rose, I'm using a large petal tip and I'm pointing the wider edge of the tip down as I make the rose. First, I'm just going to add a little dollop of buttercream at the bottom to secure my very first layer. I add my first layer and just pipe some pretty little swirls for the first layer of buttercream. And then I begin to pipe my rose on top of my second layer. To pipe a rose, you are going to first put a small dollop of buttercream in the center of the heart. Then to make the petals, you're just going to start making small rainbows that are tightly fitted together and overlapping. Once you've made an entire rose as big as you can in the center of the heart, you can fill in the edges by piping some more rainbows towards the edges. Then to give it a neat little border, I'm just piping a line all the way around the edge. For the final touches, I'm just sprinkling the entire heart in a little bit of edible pink glitter dust. And here's the final look for a mini heart cake. This rose cake top design is absolutely stunning and it looks even prettier in person than it does on video or photos. The next mini heart cake for Valentine's Day will have a mixed piping design. So for that, again, I'm placing a little bit of buttercream at the bottom of my cake board and securing my first layer. Then, using 2 different styles of piping tips, I'm just giving this mini heart cake some nice neat swirls in 2 different colors of buttercream all around the cake. After the first layer is decorated, I'm just going to place the second layer and repeat the design process. To finish off this cake, I'm just sprinkling it with a little bit more of the pink edible glitter. For the last and final mini heart cake, I'm just decorating it with a little bit of a seashell look. So I'm using this beautiful deep purple buttercream and I'm piping it with a French tip all around the heart. And then for the top layer, I'll just add some sprinkles at the very bottom of the heart. Here's a final look at these easy but absolutely stunning mini heart cakes for Valentine's Day. Let me know in the comments below which design is your absolute favorite. And they're so easy to make that I hope you give it a try, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!